ever been overseas, and then kind of just what you're looking forward to with having Italy and Greece?
Yeah, I have not been overseas, so this will be my first time out of the country. Super excited. I think it's going to be a great experience going to Italy and then Greece. We've got a lot of sightseeing set up with historical venues and just going to see the city, which I think will be really exciting.
I think when you think about, like, obviously you don't know who you're playing or all that sort of sense, but this is really just an opportunity to kind of find out how you all can mesh, right, as a team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great continuation of, what we've been working on these last 8 weeks during our summer workouts. All of our hard work so far has led up to this, and now we get a little bit of a vacation, but we also get to go play basketball overseas, which is another great experience. Getting to play teams that we've never played before, play different styles, and just kind of see what we've built so far.
Now, I know Shaka said with the men's team they got a chance to vote on. Did you all get a chance to vote on Italy and Greece as well, or?
We didn't. It was a surprise to us, but everybody was super excited when they announced that's where we were going, and I think just any opportunity that we would have gotten to go to any countries overseas would have been awesome. So.
What is your flight plan?
Our flight plan, we're leaving out of Chicago.
Oh, no, in terms of what you're going to do, like sleep, movies,
I got you. Me personally, I got books lined up. I've got some movies I downloaded on Netflix. Gonna try and, as much as we can, get the opportunity to get up and stretch a little bit during the flight. It's gonna be a long flight, so just finding any opportunity that we can. So.
You put the work in the off season. The workouts are important. But be honest with me, how cool is it to play some games against real opponents?
It's going to be so much fun. We're going into this, don't know the teams that we're playing, so, no scout really. But just going in, I think getting the opportunity to play games this early and, continue to build that chemistry and just have the opportunity to build it with whoever's on the court at the time. And, we're going to have different lineups, so being able to build the chemistry with, whoever's on the floor.
This team's going to be kind of young. Do you already sort of feel like a veteran, feel like a leader out there for this young group?
For sure. Coach talks about, everybody's voices. She leans on the veterans a lot to lead that and just be a good example of, what Marquette stands for and just our work ethic and, how we're going to come out each day during practice, during games. So we're really leading the charge with that.
We'll start with a hard-hitting question. What's the number one place historically or otherwise that you want to see when you're over there?
I think I'm excited to see the Coliseum, which is one of our first stops. It's going to be super cool to just see such a historic athletic facility, and I can't wait.
Do you make any international trips when you're at Lehigh, or?
No, this is my first one. We went to the Bahamas for a tournament, but nothing quite like this during the summer, and I think a lot of other teams, because of COVID, stuff got pushed back, so I think a lot of us are now starting to go overseas again.
Have you been overseas just in general before?
Yeah, I actually have. I've been able to go to Italy and Spain prior, but going with a team and a ton of your friends is very different.
So you'll almost be like the expert. You'll be like, oh yeah, we can go here, we can go there. That kind of
Hopefully, if I can remember a little bit. But it's going to be very different being able to play basketball there too.
This is part of the educational process, isn't it? In your opinion, and why?
I think just being able to, we're going to be in ancient Rome and ancient Greek, and I think we're going to be able to learn firsthand so many cool things. And when you're actually there in person, that's the best way to learn. So I'm super excited for that.
Obviously, you're new to this squad, several new players overall. Just kind of how much of a benefit do you think a trip like this can be where you all have to kind of force to bond and then have cool experiences while you're doing it?
I think it's huge having 1 year as a grad transfer, being able to have these 10 Europe practices leading up to going overseas is huge, to be able to practice our offense, to be able to start playing as a team. And then just from a bonding perspective, spending over a week together overseas, we're really going to get to know each other better and on a different level.
And then on the court too, there's some of that meshing well as well. Even though you don't know who you're playing and what in terms of things you'll see, but you have a chance to kind of figure out how you'll play together. Is that accurate as well?
Yeah, we don't really know who we're playing or have scouting reports or going to watch film like you would maybe expect during the season, but I think that's part of the fun of it. And it's also part of, we're just there to kind of focus on ourselves. How can we get better as a team? In August, to have this opportunity is huge.
Obviously, the workouts in the offseason with building blocks, and they're necessary. How cool is it going to be to play games against other opponents and have some fun?
It's going to be so nice. We really have been working. Coach Duffy's been awesome at pushing us this summer, but it's been 8 to 9 weeks of us just, same people in the post, same people on the perimeter. So I'm really excited to see how that translates against other people, because I know we're making each other better, but when we can see that against new players, it's going to be awesome.
What is your plan for the flight? Books, movies, games?
It's a pretty long flight. I looked it up 9 hours, I think about. So I have a little bit of classwork just to finish up on the tail end of. some books, some movies, and hopefully sleep, because we are going into a full day right after. So we are flying overnight.
Class rep.
Yes.
Hardworking as always.
Yes.
Parents will be proud of that. When you think about just this team itself, obviously you're an older player, but new in a sense. Where do you kind of see yourself in terms of trying to be a veteran in terms of game experience, but also just new to
Yeah, it's interesting because although I am new, I do still have the 4 years of college experience. So trying to balance that where I can use my experience, but also take in everything I have to learn in the new system and on a new team. And I think I've been able to grow a huge amount just in the 8 weeks I've been here this summer.
This is the first time, obviously, any of us get to see why choose Marquette? Why was Marquette the place for you to take your graduates?
I knew that I would be able to grow as a person, as a player. I was going to be able to get a great graduate degree and be around a team that I wanted to play and win with.